Yo, what is going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we are back with another VeVe and Ecomi video. And in this one, we're going to be hearing something crazy. So the homie Mikey actually sold 8 Ethereum and bought 9.2 million Omi tokens. Now, this is crazy. So you love to hear stories like this, because this is one of those things that lets you know that, okay, other people are seeing the vision. Other people are going hard. They're going strong for this project, and they're really looking to the future. And I love to see this mainly because in this crypto space, I respect everybody hustling, trying to get their money. Like, obviously, we all want money. We would love money sooner than later. But I feel like when you see a project like this, a once-in-a-lifetime project and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity where you really believe this could go somewhere towards like Google, Amazon type of thing where it will never happen again. Like, they're already doing things that could never be done in history again. Like, Marvel will never be introduced to the NFT space for the first time ever again in the history of the world. Like, the NFTs that we have already, they will never be introduced to the world for the first time, like, ever again. It's like, when you look at what this project is doing, it's just unheard of. And people aren't really thinking of it that way. They're thinking of it in a sense where, like, oh, this just sold for a couple of million on OpenSea. That sold for a couple of million right there. It's like, so then you compare what's like these quick overhyped things that just a bunch of super rich people throwing around money just doing to have a dick swinging contest with their friends and stuff. And people think that means that that's true value, when in reality, everybody knows that the licensing, the trust, like that's where it's at. But anyway, let's hear this story. I think it's very, very inspirational for those people who sometimes have doubts. I mean, all of us, like it was just a few weeks ago where I had some doubts and I had to get some stuff addressed by the Ecomi team. Like, it's part of investing. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, but as long as there's that open communication and people sharing their experience and sharing their thoughts, we can always change our perspectives, think different ways and stuff like that. So yeah, let's jump into it. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and turn on notifications so you stay updated. And yeah, make sure you check out the homie Mikey, man. But yeah, let's get it.
Yo, go big or go home. Yep.
Very big. 8 Ethereum?
I totally just did that, guys. Now, I've probably had about 2.5 million Omi that I've been accumulating, and I did buy some at like starting at 0.007, and I just kept dollar costing averaging down.
That's not bad from when most people bought in. Most people bought in at literally all-time high. So that's not bad in comparison. I bought in like in the 9s as well. So I bought in some in the 9s. Yeah, so I mean, I had a little bit like before it shot up, but then after it shot up, that's when I bought in the most. I FOMO'd in, and then as I started learning, I kept dollar cost averaging. So,
and I did pick most up probably around, because I did buy a good amount at 0.14, I think or 0.0014 when it was there a month or two ago. But most was probably bought at like 0.002 something. And I'll be honest with you, I was getting a little, distracted by these collectibles. I mean, these are premium digital collectible, guys. Like, no other NFT space is going to have Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, artists like Kozik. I know he's on OpenSea, but that's a whole nother story. Spider-Man, Bill and Ted, Batman, Captain America, Penguin, Superman, like these brands, and there's so much more. And when you hear the conviction in Reese's voice when he talks about, oh, we haven't even made a dent into what the IPs that they own. Like, come on, this is ridiculous. Yeah, Pokemon is like the biggest conspiracy. They think, most people think we have it. I do personally think we have it. We have Alfred Kahn. There's a reason why we have Alfred Kahn, and Pokemon is Alfred Kahn, if you ask me.
Yep.
But anyway, these are premium digital collectibles, and I have been, spending a good amount of money on these things. Luckily, I've been with this, I would say back in March I got into it. And I think one of the first drops was the DeLorean. And ever since then, I've been, participating on drop days. I've been getting, not super lucky, but I hit a few good ones. You know, I got the Spider-Man Ultra Rare, I got Kozik Ultra Rare, um,
My bad. Got some good stuff. The
Pride,
Pride.
you know, things like that. And these are have
Pride is debatably going to be the highest valued thing on VeVe, in my opinion. Like the community, that community, man. It's just like they stick together. They support each other, and they're strong as shit. So, I mean, that collectible is gonna catch on. People are gonna value that. Like, in my
gone up in
opinion.
value, and people are getting scared because they're dipping in price. But if you ask me, this is the bottom, guys. This is the absolute bottom. Everyone is distracted by Marvel right now, and since they should be, Marvel is, you know, one of the top brands out there in the
In the
world.
world,
So I
yeah.
understand that. But what's going on now is, you know, someone like Todd is sitting here at 474. That's just a steal in my eyes. But anyway, let's get back to why I made this video. So I sold. Um, I had bought 10 Ethereum back in 2017. It was around 700. Some at 500 too. And I remember me and my brother bought it. And unfortunately, he passed away in 2019.
Sorry
So
to
he
hear that,
passed
bro.
away. It was rough. But I always held the Ethereum, you know. I always held it. And I always told myself, I'm never selling this because it's already gone up this much. You know, it's kind of. So it's something I've always had. And recently, it did hit 4K and I still didn't sell, you know, and it dropped all the way down to 1800. I still didn't sell. I mean, I wasn't going to, but because of this project and a few things that, like, let me show you. Where's my ghost? Where's my Slimer? Look at that. 0311. That's his birthday, March 11th. There was another
Wow.
one that I had that number in too, but that's his birthday. So it's just like these signs, and I love this project, and I just thought, you know, let's make that 80th into Omi, and it got me 9.2, I think 9.2 or 9.3 million. So Omis. So
Yo, first off, man, sorry for your loss, man. Sorry for your loss, but it's amazing to see you jump into this project coming from that, and then to be getting these things that you're seeing as signs, and it's crazy getting his birthday, and I mean that's big. Like, and me personally, I'm not the most unbiased person people would say. Like, obviously, I'm a huge supporter of the project, but I definitely think that it's a good investment. I don't give financial advice, but in my opinion, it's a good investment. And I think that it's going to be one of the biggest investments in the world, one of the biggest brands in the world at some point. And I think this team is going to evolve into much more than people realize. Like, a lot of people are just thinking about the collectible aspect and all of these amazing partnerships, but the NFT space as a whole is going to become a huge, important part of the world. And when you think of all the businesses, the real world, the real life things that's going to have to join into the NFT space and who they would be willing to trust, I feel like the people with the licenses and the people who are amazing, the best in the NFT space at building relationships, clearly, by far, it's not debatable. Who is the best at building relationships in the NFT space? VeVe, by far. When somebody else comes out with hundreds of licenses, then we can talk. But they have all these relationships, and I think that is going to be huge. So this is definitely a great project to be a part of, and glad to have you in the community, man.
so if we look at the price, you know, I seen it go down to this price today, and you know, it's not the lowest price I've seen, obviously, but I don't think it's gonna go too much lower. I think it might go down to 0.20, 0.0020. I don't think it'll break that. I don't think we'll see, you know, 0019 anymore or anything like that. But I just figured, screw it. I'm putting all this in. This company knows what they're doing. They got the proper IPs and the brands. These are no other NFT space. It's a bubble, so it's probably going to collapse right? And the one
He
that's going to be
knows.
left, one of the few that's going to be left standing is VeVe. VeVe's got all these brands, man. You know, it's just, you know, you check out these show, you know.
It's a cheat code, man. Like, that's what people need to realize. It's a cheat code. Like, all these other brands, when the NFT bubble bursts, they're going to have to prove their innocence. They're going to have to prove the value of their NFTs, the value of their companies and projects and stuff like that. They're going to have to prove themselves. VeVe just has to sit on their asses and do nothing because every brand that they're partnered with is already established. They don't have to prove nothing to nobody because they have these brands where it's like, you getting Marvel or you're not. Like, we don't need you. It's Marvel. Like, it's gonna be somebody else who comes. It's like, and that's what all VeVe brands does. It's like, if you don't buy, somebody else will. And it's like you jump on board or you miss out. And that's what VeVe brings, that big dick energy to the table. Like, let's be honest here. VeVe's bringing that energy, man. And it's just, yeah, it's different. It's so different from any project out, man. So different. And I like the people, I get it, people who lose in faith and stuff like that, because so many people was expecting crazy returns and stuff like that. And I get that mindset first coming in, but also it was very, very important. I found it very important to educate myself on the process, on the project, and understand why the price didn't move, what's going to cause the price to move and things like that. Like, I don't get the concern and things like right now. Like, but at the same time, I do have experience in business. I do understand how long it takes realistically to get things done and get things accomplished in the business world. And I know how someone not coming from that world, someone who's never really been a part of a business or owned their own business, would not really understand that, oh, if something's supposed to come out in May, but we have no control over this aspect and it falls through, like, they don't know how that works. They've never been a boss. So it's like, it's different. So I get some people losing motivation, but at the same time, like, it's just so many signs of where this is going, and it only looks like it's going up from here, in my opinion. But
You know, the showrooms, it's unbelievable. You know, you got all your, like,
amazing.
it's just a good, it's a social media flex. You know, everybody's on Instagram showing their showrooms, and it's just amazing. You know, there's all kinds of people following, and you know, they're just a good company, and I just believe in them. I absolutely believe in them, and
That's
you know,
huge.
it is a little scary turning that 8 ETH into 9.2 million Omi, but I mean the return.
That's highly, it is, like, in comparison to Ethereum, people would consider this highly speculative in comparison to Ethereum. So to be willing to make that jump, to really have that faith, I'm sure you've done your due diligence. That's strong. Like, I've sold a lot of cryptos as well. ETH actually being one of them. ETH being one of them. So ETH, Cardano was the first dive into my crypto that I kind of switched over. So yeah, man.
Turn, if it goes up to even 5, 3, 4, 5 cents, I mean it's going to be unbelievable. I don't plan on selling there either. I really want to wait till $1, but I do think if we hit like 25 cents, you know, I might sell enough to go take a nice vacation and, you know, in Dubai, you know.
I mean, that's the best thing. Like, the best thing is that when you have, when you buy like 10 million, you can sell at some more interesting points. Like, you can sell and, you know, get some good returns. Now, in my opinion, like, it can go up way more. So, but at the same time, you don't have to take that risk. Like, you can get what you need out, and then if it goes, just hold a good sum of it, and if it goes up to something crazy, you still make a crazy killing. So, I mean, when you have a lot, you're flexible with it. So, I mean, that's smart. It's like, don't feel the need to just like hold everything, keep everything, and like, yeah, you should be selling at certain milestones and things like that, or probably right before, because if certain milestones, other people are going to be selling at it as well. So you kind of want to beat them to the punch, in my opinion. But yeah,
It's just, I mean, let's just do the math here. 9 to 9.2 million times 25 cents. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, am I doing that right? Yeah, I think that's right. Yep.
2.3 million. I just said, I just said, like that's not a lot. Like I wouldn't do that, but I mean, you all know what I'm into. Like when you have a $10 price prediction and you see that for like, yeah, it's not that impressive, but like people would be saying, but that's the thing. Like people always say my prediction is crazy and that would make people insanely successful, but you got to think about it. If someone is holding 9.2 million Omi, do you actually think that they're going to hold to the point where you can get to where it goes to $10? No, they're gonna sell it like as soon as they're comfortable. As soon as they see, like everybody has that number. When you see that number, it does not matter how far past that number you can go. You want to secure this because you're scared. So that like people, yes, it's people who could put if it goes to $10, it's people who could hold and they could be billionaires and crazy things like that. But no one's gonna do that. Like people are gonna be scared because that's big money that you're playing with. So I mean, that's just my opinion on it. Like that's why there's so many people who's been invested in like all these other companies like Amazon and stuff, and they don't get these crazy amounts of money. They just get like life-changing money, but not, like the status that they could be if they just held even longer. So
Yep. See what I'm saying? $2,300,000 or 2,300,000, $2.3 million. I'm definitely going to Dubai. But
going to Dubai.
it's such an awesome app, guys. They just dropped the comics. I mean, I got to update my showroom. I have more collectibles to put in here, but I don't think you put the comics in here. But man, it's been a fun ride. You can just add your collectibles this way.
Let's see what's going on.
And then you can also follow them on Twitter, the Ecomi page.
Now he doing
So
some
yeah,
promotion.
this is you want to follow this, and you want to follow VeVe Official, and they just did a giveaway. But I think even by the end of this year, we're gonna be pleasantly surprised. Um, Obviously, it all depends on how the market is. If the bulls are in and we get switched over to immutable, and which is Ethereum, so I'm still in the family, but it's a risk, guys, and I'm not a financial advisor. I don't recommend you do that, but
All right, y'all. So there we have it, yo. We're gonna end it off here. Make sure you all go check him out. The link to his video will definitely be down in the description. He makes other content, so be sure to check it out. He makes other Ecomi and VeVe content. So yeah, man, this is huge. This is huge. Love to see people like this in the community. Definitely go show him some support. But yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. So be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, turn on notifications so you stay updated, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out, y'all.